Wow, how could he do it? How could he do a speed run through? 0 deaths, 100% accuracy. This is the 2017-2018 Specialized High School Student Handbook. If you have not seen this, it's definitely worth a look. Here's a link to check it out. It'll give you a chance to see what the test is going to look like, the types of questions you're going to come across, and I'm going to try to explain what I'm doing while I'm doing it, but for the most part, I'm just gonna fly through this bad boy, see how fast I can knock it out. Yeah, maybe I get it wrong. I don't know. If I get one wrong, I don't know. Okay. Let's do it. Grid in problems. In the figure above, PQRS is a parallelogram. What is the value of x? So if this is 72, that's 180 minus 72. That's 108. 108. So that means that's 108 and that's 90. So that'd be 108 and 90. 198, that's all this. And then 360 minus 198 is 2, that's 5 now, so that's 6. You're gone. Or are you? Yeah, you're gone. 1. Great. So 162. The owner of a farm tree plants pine trees and oak trees at a ratio of pine to oak at a ratio of 8 to 3. How many oak trees are planted? If there are 264 pine trees, 264, and then we don't know. So to get from 8 to 264, we have to multiply it by 33. So then that 3 times 33 is 99. What is the value of W? And we have this equation here. So subtract 2W from each side. Of course, we could divide each side by 2, right? W equals -4. Cool. A survey asked students what pets they have. Based on the results, the following statements are all true. Okay, so 20 have cats, 23 have dogs, 3 have cats and dogs, and 5 have none. Okay, how many students were surveyed? How many students were surveyed? So that means there's 3 people here and 3 people here that have both. So that means that there are 17 pure cat. There are 20, that's a D. There are 20 pure dogs, and then 3 have a cat and a dog, and then 5 have none. So that's 20, 45. 35 students were surveyed. The sum of 2 consecutive integers is -15. Sum of 2 consecutive, so x plus y equals -15, and these have to be consecutive, so that's -7, and -8 equals -15. Okay, if 1 is added to the smaller integer, this is actually the smaller one, so that would be -7, and 2 is subtracted from the larger integer, and this is larger, so that would be -9 when you subtract 2. What is the product of the 2 resulting integers? 63. Boom. Multiple choice. The set of possible values m is 5, 7, 9. What is the set of possible values of k if 2k equals m plus 3? Okay, so it'd be 2k equals m plus 3, and that means 2k, and we're looking for values of k equals, or we would divide by 2. Oh man, this is tricky. Then m is the values of 5, 7, and 9. So 5, 7, and 9 plus this 3, so that's 3, 3, and 3. So that would be 8, 10, and 12. And then that's what 2k equals, this set. And so you divide this by 2 and divide this by 2, and so k would equal 4, 5, and 6. Is that right? 4, 5, and 6. Yep, that's an answer choice. Cool. How many bottles contain 500 milliliters of juice? How many liters of juice are there in 24 of these bottles? Okay, so I'm going to need a new page for this. All right. So one bottle contains 500 milliliters of juice, and we have 24 of them. So 24 times 500 would be 0, 0, 20, 0, 0, 0, 10. So that would be 12, 1, 2, 3. So 12,000 milli is 1,000. So that would be 12 liters. E. Great. So in a certain school, oopsies. Wow. In a certain school, course grades range from 0 to 100. Adriana took 4 courses, and her average course grade was 90. Okay, so she took 4 courses. So her average was 90, and she took 4 courses. I don't know what her... Roberto took 5 courses. If both students have the same course grades, okay, so 5, and then we don't know her. Well, he knows is the same, right? We don't know his average. Okay. So hers is 30. This is 3,600 up here, just 360 actually. And so if he got the same sum as her and had 5 classes, then that's 72. Jenny starts a game with twice as many marbles as Kiko. Jenny gives Kiko 5 marbles, but she still has 10 more than Kiko. How many marbles did Jenny have to start with? Jenny starts a game with twice as many marbles as Kiko. So 2 of Kiko is what Jenny has. Jenny gives Kiko 5 marbles, so then 2 of Kiko, he gets 5, and she's out 5. But she still has 10 more than Kiko, right? So he still needs 10 more to equal what she's got. How many marbles did Jenny have to start with? Well, we know that a J is a 2K, so we can just sub it in, right? So it would be 15 plus 2K equals 2K minus 5. So, that doesn't work. Start the game with twice as many marbles as Kiko. Jenny gives Kiko 5 marbles. That's nice. Oh, I see. That's not supposed to be a 2. Duh. Okay, cool. But then she has 10 more. Yeah, that works. Okay. So then we can sub in. We subtract K from each side. And we add 5 to each side. So that's 20 equals K. How many marbles does Jenny start with? 40, because she's 2K. 40. In a scale diagram, 0.125 inch represents 125 feet. How many inches represent 1 foot? Okay. So just divide that by 1, because if 0.125 inch equals 125 feet, and then we want 1 foot, that means that we have to divide this by 125 and divide this by 125, and so that'd be 0.001 A. Okay. Is that right? Divided by 0.00. Yep. Okay. People per vehicle at checkpoint. Percentage of vehicles on the right, number of people in vehicle on the left. A researcher recorded the number of people in each vehicle that passed through a checkpoint. The table shows the above percent distribution for the 420 vehicles that passed through the checkpoint yesterday morning. How many of the 420 vehicles contained at least 3 people? So at least. So that is 10%, and this is 15%, and that's 25%. So 25% of the vehicles had at least 3 people, and that's 1/4, right? So what's 1/4 times 420? That's 420 divided by 4, and 420 divided by 4 is 1, 4, 0, 2, 0, down 0, 5, 105. G. In the pyramid above, each triangular face has the same area, and the base MNPQ is a square that measures 8 centimeters on each side. 8. Okay. If the length of RS, this height here, is 6 centimeters, what is the surface area pyramid excluding the base. Okay, so since this is a square and all of these are equal, right? What does it say that these are? Each triangle faces the same area. Okay, oh, since these are all squares, right? Okay, cool, and these are all equal. So these are isosceles, right? So this is equal to this. That means that this is equal to this. So this is 4 and this is 4, right? Does that work out? Yes. So then, which I guess it doesn't really matter because I have the height and the base. So 8 times 6 is 48, yes. And then we take half of that because it's 1/2 base times height, right? And so we need the 1/2 in there. Times 1/2, so it's 24. So each of these triangle faces are 24. So what is the surface area? That's 24 times 4. So that's 16, 8, 96. Boom. The perimeter of a rectangle is 510 centimeters. Okay. So it's 510 all the way around. The ratio of the length to the width is 3 to 2, so that means 3x to 2x. What are the dimensions of the rectangle? Okay, cool. So basically that means that it would be, since this rectangle is like this, and we know that the reduced ratio is 3 to 2, we don't know what the multiplier is for that ratio yet, right? So we just put x, and then the perimeter is all the sides added up. So it's 3x plus 3x plus 2x plus 2x equals that 510. So that's 10x equals 510, x equals 51. So what are the dimensions of the rectangle? Well, that's what we have to multiply these by. So that it would be 51 times 3 is 3, and then 15, 153 on this side, and only one of those circles has 153, or rectangles have 153, so boom. Which number line below shows the solution to the inequality? -4 is less than x over 2. Okay, so this is like an algebra thing where you just have to solve an inequality, right? So multiply everything by 2. Beauty. So it has to be greater than -8. Where are you? And it has to be less than 2. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, the $1 equals 7 lorgs, $1 equals 0.5 dalts. Kevin has 140 lorgs and 16 dalts. If he exchanges those things for dollars according to the rates above, how many dollars will he receive? Okay, so he's got 1D to 7L, and then he's got 140 of those. So then this is just another one of those ratio problems where we have to find the multiplier between here and here. So how many dollars? X dollars, right? So this is times 20. I'm just vibing it. So this would be 20 bucks here. So that's how much he has. He has 20 bucks worth of lorgs. And then he's got 16 dalts. So if $1 equals 0.5 dalt and he's got 16 dalts, the multiplier here is 32. Is that right? Yes. So the multiplier here is 32, so that would be $32 worth of dalts. So 52, be there. A box of colored pencils contains exactly 6 red pencils. The probability of choosing a red pencil from the box is 2 over 7. Okay. How many of the pencils in the box are not red? Box of colored pencils contain 6 red pencils, I see. So 6 red pencils over we don't know how many total is the same probability of 2 over 7. So cross multiply 2x equals 42. So x equals 21. So there's 21 things total, but that doesn't answer the question because they want to know how many of the pencils are not red. And so there are 6 red pencils, so 21 minus 6. The sum of numbers x, y, and z is 50. The ratio of x to y is 1 to 4. The ratio of y to z is 4 to 5. Okay, so we know that x plus y plus z equals 150, and we also know that the ratio of x to y is 1 to 4, and y to z is 4 to 5. We can combine the ratio here. 1 to 4 to 5, right? What is the value of y? Okay. So this, again, is reduced. We don't know the multipliers. So it's like saying x plus 4y plus 5z equals 150, right? Or actually, you know what? We don't... Ooh, this is tough. Sum of the numbers is 50. The ratio of x to y is 1 to 4. 4 to 5. That might be what it is. So it would be a plus 4a plus 5a equals 150. That's 10a equals 150. That multiplier a is 15. So what is the value of y? Then it would be... Oh, that's because I wrote the problem down wrong. It's 50, not 150. So a equals 5. Dang, that stinks. So then y would be 20, because then you would just times it by. Oh man. There goes my speed run through, dudes. Okay, what in the area of the shaded region in the graph above? Well, this is 1 square, and this is half of it. It's cake. In Centerville, 45% of the population is female. 60% of the population commutes. Oh, man. Of the total Centerville population, 21 are females who commute to work. What percentage of the total Centerville population are males who do not commute to work daily? All right. Okay, so Centerville, 45% of the population are girls. That means that 55% of the population are men. 60% of the population commutes. That means 40% of the population no commutes, right? That's percent. Of the total Centerville population, 21% are females who commute. Okay. So 21% are females that commute. 45% are females. So that 45 minus that 21 is how many commute or don't commute, females that don't commute. So then that'd be 24, right? So 21% of the population are females who commute. And because we have 45% total, right? And then 24% of the female population, these are females, are females that don't commute. Okay. What percentage of the Centerville population are males who do not commute to work daily? Okay, 60% commute. 21% are females. So then it would be 60 minus 21. %. Are the men who commute, right? So then it would be 39% to 55, or I could just do this direction. I'll just do both. Make sure I'm right. 39, 15, 6. So 16% are men. Ooh, what did I just figure out? Okay, 16% of men don't commute. That doesn't sit right with me. Why isn't that right? Because, actually, would that work? Oh, yeah, because 40% of people in the town don't commute. 24% of those are females. 16% don't commute. Here we go. Mrs. Cranston brought 5 water bottles for 90 cents each and 8 pounds of meat. She paid total of $26.90 for these items. What was the price per pound? So she bought 5 water bottles, 90 cents each. So that's $4.50. So she spent $4.50 on water bottles. So from her total, $22.40, and then she bought 8 pounds of meat. So $22.40 distributed to 8 pounds of meat. That's 216, 6.4. Bring the point there. Bring it down. 2.8 pounds. in sample of 10 cards, 4 are red, 6 are blue. If 2 cards are selected at random from the sample, one at a time without replacement, what is the probability that both cards are not blue? Okay, so we have 4 red and 6 blue. 2 cards are selected at random, one at a time without replacement. So the first time you want a blue, that both cards are not blue, so you want reds. So the first one is 4 out of 10 possibility of what we want. The second one is a 3 out of 9 possibility of what we want, right? So what is the probability that both cards are not blue? So then that would be multiplying. So that would be 12 over 90. And that can both be divided by 3. That's 4 over 30. Both can be divided by 2. That's 2 over 15. Now we got another translation problem. A nation has 5 types of coins: sins, dalts, logs, harps, and plunks. The relationship between the coins is shown above. Which coin is the most valuable? Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. So I'm just going to go which one is more valuable. Because if one sin is 4 lorgs, that means that this guy is way more valuable. So I know that a sin is more valuable than a lorg. I know that a plunk is more valuable than a dalt. A harp is more valuable than a sin. And a plunk is more valuable than a harp. So now we just need to put them in order. Looks like L is last, and then it'd be harp, and then I don't know where D goes in this. Then it would be right. Nope, because I need the sins less than harps. So let's go from the top then. That might be easier. P, and then we have H. And H is greater than S, and S is greater than L, and P is greater than D. So D is somewhere in here, floating, right? We don't know. It could be here, 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 but main thing is this P, plunk, is the most valuable. What is the mean score of 10 students in the table below? 4 students got an 85, 4 students got a 75, and 6 got 65. So this problem is actually a little bit bigger than you'd think, because you'd have to do 85 plus 85 plus 85 plus 75, because you have to add up all the students' scores. And then you put it over the amount of students, which in this case is 10. Look at all these bases of 10. So 85 times 4 is 20, 16, 18. So that's 180. 75 times 4 is 20, 14, 16 is 160. And 65 times 2 is 130. That's not. Oh, it's times 4. Yay. So this is, forget that. So you got 22. This would be 32, 34. So it would be 30, 40. And this would be 20, right? And this would be 21, or I'm sorry, 28. This would be plus 300. And then, of course, 130. And that's all over 10. So then adding those up, that would be 640, 770. So 77. Bang. Total number of people working in Center City, 1,500. How many people in Center City walk to work, then ride their bicycle to work? All right, people who walk to work is 22% of 1,500, and people that bicycle to work are 4% of 1,500. So what is 1,500 times, is it 1,500? 15,000, dang, times 22. We have that 0, 0, 0, 10, 2, 3. Add a 0, then we have 0, 0, 0, 10, bang, 2, 3. So that would be 33, 0, 0, 0, 0. Put that 2 decimal places in there. So 3,300 walk. How many ride bicycles? Zero, 0, 0, 20, 4, 6. And then we got the 2 decimal places, 1, 2. So 600 ride their bikes. So that's 3,300 minus 600, 0, 0, borrow, 7, 2,700. Which of the following numbers has factors that include the smallest factor other than 1 of 91? So what is the smallest factor of 91? So 91, can you be divided by 7? Yes. So it could be 91, could be 7 and 13 as well. So which of the following numbers has a factor that include the smallest factor? 35. In a scale drawing of triangular banner, one side measures 16 centimeters, the other 2 sides measure 12 centimeters, 16, 12, and 12. On the actual banner, these 2 sides measure 36. So on the big dog, this is 36, this is 36. That's supposed to be a 3. What is the length of the remaining sides of the actual banner? Well, this is a multiple of times 3, so this is also going to be times 3. So 16 times 3 is 18, 3, 48. The faculty of a certain 4-year college consists of 179 teachers. There are 663 first-year students. The student-to-faculty ratio for the entire college is 15:1. Okay. What is the total number of the rest of the students? Okay, so students to teachers is 15:1, right? And in total, there's 179 teachers, so the multiplier here is 179. So we got to do that here, 179. So 179 times 15, that's 45, 35, 9, 8, 0, 9, 7, 1, 5, 18, 16, 2. So that's the number of students total. And then we have to subtract the number of first-year kids. That's the number of kids. Boom. What is the value of the expression above? Man, why you gotta do me like this? So I'm just gonna do all the big numbers first. So that's 9, 12, 14. And then I'm gonna do all the fractions. So 1/5 plus 3/10 plus 2/5 plus 1/2. Another way to say this is 2/10. Another way to say this is we divide by 2, so it would be 4, and then this one would be 5. So then it would be 5, 5, 10, 19, 19/10. So that would equal 1 and 9/10. That doesn't look right. I probably messed up here. So this is 1/5, so that's 2/10 plus 3/10 plus 4/10 plus 5/10. Okay, so that's 5, 10. Oh, it's 14, not 19. Dumb mistakes. Divide by 4, 2/5. So this would actually be 15 and 2/5. Boom. A car is traveling 55 miles an hour. 1 mile is this many feet. Which of the following calculations would give the car's speed in feet per second? So right now it's miles per hour, and we want it to be feet per second. Okay, so this would be multiplied by 5280, and this would be multiplied by, this is in hours, so that'd be 60 times 60, so that's 3600. Today, Tien's age is a fourth of Jordan's age. In 2 years, Tien's age will be a third. So Tien plus 2 equals 1/3 of Jordan plus 2. Okay. How old is Jordan today? well, t equals a fourth j. So it'd be like 1/4 j plus 2 equals 1/3 j plus 2/3. All right. So then that would we subtract from each side. We just make it 12. So it'd be 3/12 j minus 4/12 j, and then subtract plus 2 equals 2/3. I should have kept it on the other side. So that's negative 1/12 j plus 2 equals 2/3. Subtract 2 from each side. So 1/12 j, negative 1/12 j equals 1 1/3, aka you could say 4/3. So then times each side by 12, negative 4/3 by negative 12, and you would get j equals, what would that be, 48 over 3. I don't think that, yeah, it does go in. 3, 1, 18, 16. So j is 16. How many positive even factors of 48 are greater than 24 and less than 48? So factor tree time. So we have 48. That could be 24 and 2. Let's just say that's 6 and 4. That's 3, 2, and 2, and 2. So boom, 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 boom. How many positive even factors of 48 are greater than 24? And less than 48? Well, so greater than 24, none. 0. The least of 5 consecutive integers is L, and the greatest is G. What is the value of L plus G in terms of L? L plus G over 2 in terms of L. So looks like we're going to find an average. So I don't know what these numbers are, so let's just assume that it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this would be L, and this would be G. So that would be 8 over 2, so that would equal 4. Right? And 4 is twice this L. All right, let's double check with odd numbers now. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And 3 plus 7 is 10 over 2, and that equals 5. And so that is not twice this, but it is plus 2, and this is plus 2. From here to 4, rather. So it would just be L plus 2. Johan leased a car for 3 years. Good job, Johan. He paid a one-time fee of $1,000 and an additional $300 per month for the full 3 years. At the end of the 3 years was the total amount he paid. Well, he's got that $1,000 straight off the gate. And then for per year, additional $300 per month for a full 3 years. So there are 12 months in a year, and he's paying $300 for each of those. And so 006, 0003, he's paying a total of $3,600 a year to rent that car or lease that car. And he does that for 3 years, 0018, 9, 10. So he's paying $10K 800 plus the initial investment. So that's $11K 800. There are 6 different cookies on a plate. Aiden will choose 2 of these cookies to pack in his lunch. How many different pairs of 2 cookies can be chosen from the 6? So there's like 6 cookies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if he chose this one, he could have this. 2, 3, 4, 5. If he chose this one, he could have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 different combinations. For a presentation, Dion can create 5 slides in 20 minutes, so he's got 5 slides in 20 minutes. Kyra can do 3 slides in 10 minutes, working at her own constant rate. So I'm just going to make it more similar. I'm going to just say she can do 6 slides in 20 minutes just because now they're the same. What is the total number of slides the two of them can create in 1 hour? Well, then this would just be times 3, and this is times 3. So this Dion can create 15 in an hour, and she can create 18 in an hour. So the two of them can create in 1 hour. That's 33 slides. Bang. Speed run through, 0 deaths. On the number line above, ln equals 1/8. Oh, this distance is 1/8. Okay. Point M is located between L and N. What's a possible value? And they have them in decimals, and this is a fraction. Beautiful. So let's find out what decimal that is. So 5 divided by 16, we're going to have to, of course, put our 0 here. 16 fits in, 3 times? 3 times? 18, 3, 4. Yeah, beautiful. And then we have 2, bring it down, 1, 4, bring it down, 2. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. 12, 2, 32. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop there. So this is basically it. This number is basically 4.312. And the size of this is 1/8. So what we're gonna be adding to that is 8 divided by 1. Nope. Is 1, 0. That would be 1, 8, 2, 0, 0, 2, 16, 4, 0, 0, 5. Great, 1.125. So then we have this 4.312 and adding 1.25 to it. That's 7, 3, 4. So it's between this point and 4.437. Which one is between there? Beautiful. An unmarked straight stick will be laid end to end to measure a distance of 72 feet. The same stick will be used the same way to measure a distance of exactly 30 feet. What's the length of the longest possible stick that could both be used? All right, factor tree time. This is 36 and 2, and that's 6 and 6. So I'm going to stop there because I have a feeling we're going to be good. This is 6 and 5. Well, maybe actually, no, that's it. Because it'd be 10 and 2 too. Okay, so 6. So 6 feet. Ryan must read 150 pages for school this weekend. It took him 30 minutes to read the first 20 pages. At this rate, how much additional time will it take him to finish the reading? So 30 minutes to read 20 pages. So the third min is 20 pages. So then he has 120 pages left to read. Wait. 130 pages left to read. So how many 20-page blocks is that? Oh, yeah. Oh, this would actually be 6.5. So it's going to take him 5.5 more blocks of this. So that's 3 hours and 15 minutes, or 3 1/4 hour. Suppose m equals this and n equals that, and w, x, y, and z do not equal 0. What is m over n? So and remember, if it's dividing, that's like basically saying this. Right? And we can flip it and multiply it. Oh, that's because it's not a... Dude, where is my mind? WZ over XY. In the set of consecutive integers from 12 to 30 inclusive, there are 4 integers that are multiple of both 2 and 3. How many integers are not multiples of neither 2 or 3? Well, I'm just going to write this out. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 27, 28, 29. Okay. How many integers in the set are multiples of neither 2 or 3? 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What did I mess up? 13? No. 17? No. 19? No. 23? No. 25? No. 27. Ah, that's a multiple of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number of schools in 5 cities. The graph above shows the number of schools per city for 5 small cities. Cities M and N each have 500 students per school. City P has 700 students per school. Which of the 5 cities has the greatest number? Oh, City P has 400 students a school. Q and R each have 700. Well, I don't need to worry about this or worry about this because these guys are already bigger. So what is this? 400 times 9, that would be 3,600. 700 times 6, that would be 7. My multiplication tables. 36, 42. So that'd be 4,200. Ooh, looking good. And then 5 times 8 would be 4,000. So City Q, bang. A box containing 5 strawberry candies, 3 nana candies, and 2 orange candies. If Braden selects 2 candies at random without replacement, with possibilities that both candies are not banana. So there's 5 strawberry, 3 banana, 2 oranges. So that's a total of 10 candies. 2 candies in the box without replacement, and he does not want banana. So there's 5 and 2. So there's 7 out of 10 that he would like. And then if he gets his banana, then there's only 6 out of 9 that he would like. So that would be 42 over 90. And that reduces, divide each by 2, that's 21 over 45. And does that reduce? Does it reduce? Because that's not my answer. All right, let's probably both candies are not banana. Oh, there's 3 banana candies, not 2. So there's still 10 candies total, but we want the, oh, that's right, 7 out of 10. And then that's not banana. And then if he gets it, there'd be 6 out of 9. Where did I go wrong here? 42 over 90. Again, got that. Is this just like a reducing thing I'm not seeing? 7, 8. Because this is 2/3. Oh, okay, maybe it is. So it's 14 over 30. Which would be 7 over 15. So that's my answer here, because I just turned this into a 2/3 and then did the multiplication. Cool. In the equation above, w, x, y, and z are positive numbers. Which of these is equal to z? So solve for z. Wx equals y to z. Cross multiply. Xy equals wz. Divide everything by w. On the number line above, points w, x, y, and z are integers, and the ratio here is 4 to 2 to 3. Okay. Wx is 4, xy to 2 to These are not to scale, dudes. What is the value of wy? So the entire thing, I need some paper. Okay, so the entire thing is negative 10 to 8, so that's 18 long. So 18 is 4x plus 2x plus 3x. So 18 equals 6, 9x. So that multiplier is 2. So this is actually 8. This is actually 4, and this is actually 6. And that adds up to 18. So what is the value of w to y? 12. A metal plate is used in an electronic device, must have a thickness of 0.02 inch with a allowable error of 1%. So we got to find out what 1% of that is. So 0.01 times 0.02, right? So that's 2 and 0 and 0, 0, 0, 0 all day, right? But we have 4 places here. So we have to put 4 decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 0.002 is the allowable error. It's 0.02 thick. Plus that is this our answer here. Okay, keep it cruising. Mr. Blake's biology class is divided into 3 sections. The same text was given to each section. The table above shows both the lowest score and the range of scores on this test for each section. What is the overall range of scores in all 3 sections? So the highest score is the 65 plus 28. 65, 28 is 13. That's 3. That's 93 is the high score here. 62 plus 25. And all I'm doing is just adding the range to the bottom. 7, 8, 87 is the highest score here. And 67 plus 22. 89 is the highest score here. So this is the highest score in the class. This is the lowest score. So 31. If 3n is a positive even number, how many odd numbers are in the range from 3n up to and including from 3n? So let's just say 3n is 12, right? And so then 3n plus 5 would be 17. How many odd numbers are in the range from, up to, and including this? So odd would be 13, 15, and 17. So that'd be 3. That's it. Indefinitely repeating decimal above is 7 is the first digit in the repeating pattern. What is the 391st digit? So how many digits are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the repeating pattern. So 391 divided by 6 be 6, 36, 31, 5, 31. So a remainder of 1. So it wouldn't go in clean. So what is the 391st digit? It'd be the first digit here, and that'd be 7. A car travels at 4,400 feet per minute. The radius of each tire in the car is 1 foot. How many revolutions does one of these tires make in 1 minute? 22 over 7 for pi. Okay, so what is the circumference? The circumference is 2 pi r, and our r is 1, so 2 pi times 1. And pi is 22 over 7, so that would be 44 over 7 is the circumference. Okay, so how many revolutions does this make? Oh, man. So 44 over 7 times the amount of times it revolves equals 4,400. Okay, so I'm going to times each side by 7. So it would be 44x equals, what is this times 7? 0, 0, 8, 20, 8, 30, 38, 0, 0. Then I divide each by 44. $700. Then order of operations. So 2.1 squared. A sports store has a container of handballs. Man, a lot of probability ones. If one ball is picked from the container at random, what's the probability that it'll be yellow? How many balls total? So this is 20 right here. 28 plus 9 would be 37. So 37 balls total. And what's the probability that it will be yellow? Each week, Leon has fixed expenses of $12.50. Yeah, and it's a furniture shop. It costs him $150 to make a chair, and he sells each chair for $275. What is Leo's profit if he makes and sells 225 chairs? So what's his profit per chair? I mean, he sells them for $275, but his expenses are $150, so that's $5, $25, $120. He makes $125 a chair. So if he makes 25 of those, do some multiplication, is 5 and 5, 25, 10, 12, 5, 6, 12. And then 0, and then 10, 4, 5, 2, 3, just 2. 5, 2, 11, 3. So that's his profits, then minus his fixed expenses. Using the approximation, 2.54 equals 1 inch. How many centimeters are in? So this is just another multiplication problem. So how many inches is 4 feet? 48. And then plus that 7 is... wait a minute. Yeah. So 55 inches. So what is 2.54 times 55? On the number line above, JK is 3.5. JM is 9 3/4, and LM is 1 1/8. What's the point of point L? All right, so basically this plus X plus this will equal that. So let's put everything first into eighths. Right, so this would be 3 4/8 plus a mixture number plus 1 1/8 will equal 9 6/8. Okay, so this would be 4 5/8 plus x equals 9 6/8. Subtract 4 5/8 from each side. So this would be x equals 5 1/8. So that's not the answer, though. They want the position of point L. So that's 3/8 plus 5 1/8. So that'd be 5 4/8. That'd be 5/2. If 4x minus 3y equals 12, what is x in terms of y? So just solve for x. 4x minus 3y equals 12. 4x equals 12 plus 3y. Divide by 4. Divide everything by 4. X equals 3 plus 3/4 y. Oh, man. There are 20 students in the class. The frequency table above shows the number of students in the class who ate 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 serving of fruits and vegetables yesterday. What is the mean number of serving of fruit and vegetables eaten yesterday per student? Again, multiplication, right? So 0 people ate, or 5 people ate 0. One person ate 7. 3 people ate 2, so that's 6. 4 people ate 3, that's 12. 0 people ate 4, don't need to include that actually. And then 1 person ate 5. So how many students are there total? 5, 10, 15. So this is 10, 5, and then this is 5. So 20 students total. So this would be 13 plus 12. It'd be 25 plus 5 over 20. That's 30 over 20. So that would reduce to 1.5. Right? Last question. A paste is made by mixing the following ingredients: 4 parts powder, 3 parts water, 2 parts resin, 1 part hardener. 1 billboard requires 30 pounds of this bad boy. How many total parts of resin for 4 billboards? So 4 billboards, we'd need 120 pounds. I see, so you have to add up all the weights. So 4x plus 3x plus 2x plus x needs to equal 120 pounds. So that's 3x, 6x, 10x equals 120 pounds. The x is, the multiplier is 12. So how many total pounds of resin? 2 parts resin. So times that by 2 and 24. Boom, done. Speed run through, complete. 0 deaths, perfectly scored. I think I'm gonna go back and look at it and check my answers, and then I'll be right back and I'll let you know how it went. Yeah! That is a perfect run through. 0 deaths. And I don't know how long it took, I have to check, but it took me a long time. It took me, you get an hour and a half to do this test. So it's a long one, man. And the key there is just to stay sharp throughout the whole thing and to skip answers. I didn't really skip around, but if you come up against a problem, you're like, nah, then skip it and go to ones that you know how to do. So now you hopefully have a better idea of what the math section looks like and kind of some of the problems. Notice that there was a lot of ratio problems, a lot of, what multiplier do you use, and a lot of probability problems too. So something to consider when you're doing your math studying for the next couple of days. All right, good luck on your studying, and if you have any questions, I'm here to help.